Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. For this video, I want to take you along to the Black Sheep Gathering with me. It is a fiber festival here in Oregon, and this year actually was celebrating the 51st year of the event. So it's kind of a big deal. And as a fiber artist, it's something that I wanted to do and participate in as a vendor, since I have never done that before. I've gone in the past as a customer and always had a good time, but decided this year I would give it a go and sign up to be a vendor. So what I ended up doing was dyeing up probably over 100 pounds of wool. I dyed merino bamboo, I had the merino alpaca camel silk, and I had a BFL silk blend that I dyed. So I ended up probably braiding or twisting up about 400 individual 4-ounce braids. But that's okay. I kind of entertained myself there, catching up on some TV and that sort of thing in my little studio, and just taking the occasional break now and then. Woke up a few mornings and my hand was kind of sore from doing all that braiding, but it was a lot of fun. So I've taken some video. I'll first off give a little warning. I was walking around recording, so a lot of the video kind of is a bit shaky. So I apologize for that, but I will work a bit harder in the future to make sure that doesn't happen and try to steady the camera a bit. So if you have never been to a fiber festival before, come along and join me as we go to the 2025 Black Sheep Gathering in Albany, Oregon. That is my booth after we got it set up. We did move things around a little bit, but for the most part it stayed like that, and we kind of just consolidated and moved things around a bit as we sold them. I had a great neighbor. Her name was Rachel with Have Some Yarn, and she was here from Meridian, Idaho. This recording that I did was before the show actually opened, so you won't see many customers walking around, in case you're curious about that. So this was about a half hour before the marketplace actually opened. The marketplace is set inside a big, large building. I want to say like a conference building, but it's actually just a large building. And I believe there were over 100 vendors there. And we had rug artists like so. We had yarn dyers, bat makers, wool dyers, other types of creatives. We had actual sheepskins that were there for sale, pottery folks that were representing companies that were selling wheels and equipment. There's these cute little stickers and just a ton of cute little things to go along with all the stuff that a fiber artist would love. There was some fun and funky art yarn, which I plan to have in my booth in September. I just did not have enough time with all the different renovations that we've got going on here at home to actually sit down and spin. But I am going to be on that over the next month for Tour de Fleece. So again, I apologize for the kind of shakiness weirdness with the camera. As I watch it back, it makes it look like there's a robot walking around with it, but it was me with a tripod, and I believe I need, is it called a gimbal or something that holds the camera steady as you're walking? So next time around, I will do that. I was really impressed with this booth. The knitting of the completed items that were in there were absolutely gorgeous. The sweaters, just beautiful. I mean, I can only hope that I will be able to knit like that someday. Lots of cute bags and felted items as well. Does that come apart for storage? It does? Okay. Okay. Yeah. I'm sure I'm not the only one that's asked that.
It'd be a little tricky to get in your car for one thing.
Well, that's true. See, I didn't even think that far ahead. I was trying to think about where would I put it, you know, space-wise.
She had one. I used to store it on raw tanker.
And
Yeah.
my yarn is
Okay. That's what someone mentioned to me. They're like, Harley, you could just hang that stuff up on your wall. And I thought, oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, but grab it when it walks by.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. True.
if you use it often, that would be okay. But if you only use it once in a while, you probably would want to do it simple.
Yeah.
Minimum is
All right. Thank you.
each way.
Starting up shortly. We have 5 teams this year. Woo woo! We have the Silverado Spinsters from the Bay Area. And now I don't know what the order is. The Unique Spinners from the Spokane area. Hello. And then you are the Stranded Spinners from Spokane.
The Brother Drum Carters, their booth was just a little ways away on the same row as me, and I absolutely love their equipment. I've got 2 different drum carters from them that I absolutely love. Next, we went over to the Fiber Arts division, where we got to see all of the Fiber Arts creations that were entered into the show. These are the shawls that were actually the end product of the sheep to shawl competition that was happening, and that was a lot of fun to watch. It was very intense. I walked over a few times to check and see how everyone was doing, and I can't imagine the pressure they were under. They had, I believe, 5 to 6 hours to spin the wool and actually weave the scarf, or the shawl, and it was really something else. But also in the Fiber Arts display, you'll see there's different felted pieces, there's knitting, there's yarn, there's sweaters, and it was a lot of fun just to look at them and see how everyone interprets things and differently and creates their own things. The sweaters that were entered were just absolutely gorgeous. I really wish that I could knit like that. I don't know if I have the ability to do it, being not so much of a perfectionist, but my gosh, they were absolutely beautiful, and I'd love to challenge myself someday to create something like that. this beautiful shawl won one of the grand champion prizes. A friend of mine had spun and knit that, and it's just absolutely beautiful. So we just about finished up looking at all the fiber arts entries and decided that it would be time to head out and go to the barns. But look at this needle felted arrangement. Isn't this the neatest, sweetest, cutest thing? Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you? Look how cute. Oh my goodness.
Breakfast time.
So cute. How much does this one weigh here? Like this?
I haven't weighed her for a while, but she's probably about 200 pounds.
Yeah.
She's 2 years old.
Wow.
But she's pretty much grown. That's as big.
That's it. Yeah.
Same with this ewe right here. These two here came from New Zealand as embryos in a straw, frozen.
Really?
Yeah, and were implanted in two of my other sheep that are totally different. They're what they're implanted in are meat breed sheep. And
Interesting.
I have the ram at home that also came in as an embryo in a straw.
Isn't that something? That's fascinating.
I know, I went, talk about sci-fi type stuff.
Right.
I'm like, oh, what are we doing?
Right. Oh my gosh.
They won't let us bring in the animals live, but they'll let us bring them in straws.
Yeah.
Because as an embryo, they don't carry any disease. So
Right.
They can't bring anything in.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And the other countries are the same way as far as certain sheep we have here. They won't allow imported into their countries.
That's interesting. Let's see. So if I was to get some, look how little they are. Well, hello. Hello. What do you think? What do you think? Are these the babies? great time walking through most of the barns. And as you can see, there are some vendors or farmers who set up booths near where their animals are. And so it was always, I tried to always recommend whenever I was talking with someone in my booth to mention that they also had all the animals out there and the vendors, because sometimes they're not always aware of that when you're at a fiber festival, that there are also folks that are out there vending as well, but they want to be near their animals so they can take care of them, and also, and they're showing them as well, so they have to be nearby. But it was pretty hot this day. I think we got close to 90. The last booth that I visited was Lion Gate Farms with Karen, and she has absolutely beautiful BFL sheep, and their fleece is just my favorite. But she also does all this wonderful needle felted items, and as just a gift to the public, she does free videos on needle felting tutorials right here on YouTube. So you can find her at Lion Gate Farm on YouTube if you feel like you want to try your hand at some needle felting. There's some really great tutorials, very in depth. So we really appreciate that she offers that for everyone. I had to get a little bit of video of her little sheep here as well, because these curls seriously are just the best. They did think that I had some cookies or some treats for them, but I didn't. I wish that I did. But they crack me up. Most of the sheep out in the barns like this remind me so much of my dogs, actually. They're just sweet, sweet animals. As we headed back in to get the day started, the marketplace opened at 9 a.m. and a few hours later I got to see one of my great friends, and I actually got to meet her in person, and that is Sarah from Atomic Fiber. We've known each other over 12 years or so online as Facebook friends and that sort of thing, so it was really, really great to meet her in person. I had a wonderful time at Black Sheep this year as a vendor there for my first time, and I will be back next year. I can't wait to see how it goes and how much fun we have. So thank you for coming along with me today.